Hey, hi all. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we will learn about new VS Code extension called Thunder Client. Thunder Client is a very good alternative to Postman tool. It is useful for testing of REST client APIs. It has very good UI and has multiple assertion techniques, so you can pass or fail test case as per the output. We can automate the APIs using this tool, and we can deploy it on CI/CD pipeline. So this extension comes with the Visual Studio Code. So basically Visual Studio Code is an IDE for scripting of multiple languages such as Python, Java, TypeScript, JavaScript. It's a very good IDE. I personally love it because it has lots of extension which can be useful in the development or testing process. So let's get started. So if you can see here, Thunder Client is a VS Code extension. This is the website for Thunder Client. Okay, so UI looks like this. Okay, so we will move to the direct actual example. So I have downloaded the Visual Studio Code and I have installed it in my local machine. So you need to first download the Visual Studio Code and we have to install it. It is basically license free, so you don't need to pay any for the Visual Studio Code. Now we will move to the Visual Studio. We'll move to the Thunder Client. So to install the extension of Thunder Client, what you need to do to open the Visual Studio Code, UI will look like this. Then you have to click on the extensions part. So when you click on the extension part, search here for Thunder Client. Okay. So if you type Thunder Client, the first will occur here. Okay. So Thunder Client, you can install it here from the install button. As I have already installed, it is showing me uninstall. Okay. So after installation, you will see there is a here you can see there is a icon or tab for the Thunder Client. Okay, so here you can see it's basically looks like the Postman. Okay, it's collection. Okay, so we will start with the API, how we can do the API testing. Okay, so currently I am having some testing APIs. Okay, if you can see here, these are the API testing available for the testing. So you can get hands-on for API testing if you are new and you want to work on the some API testing. So you can have a look on these APIs. It's freely available. So go to the gores.co.in. Okay, so just click on the login button and select whatever you want to select. So I selected the Google. Okay, so if you log into the application, you will see there is a one token here. Okay, so copy this token and paste it somewhere. I paste it in the notepad. Okay, so you can use this token for future purpose. Okay, so now we will move to this part. Okay, so sorry, in the gores part. Okay, so here there are multiple requests. Okay, so users are there, posts are there, comments are there, to dos are there. So we will first basically work on the users part. Okay, so it is easy for us to verify. So first what we will do, we will get the request, get users data. Okay, so we will work on the user, getting the users data. So we will verify the get request first. So what I will do, I will create new collection. Okay, we will what we can do, we can create the collection as per your APIs. Okay, so I can call it as users collection. Okay, just hit enter. You will see the collection gets created. Okay, so what we will do, we will add new request. So request name, as it is a get request, so I will get users. Okay, if you see, the get users request is generated. So this is the UI for the API request. It is pretty much look like Postman only. So it's very easy to understand and you can able to get the hands on this part. So what we need to do, we need to first use require the URL, and second one is the authentication. Okay, so for URL, I will take this URL. Okay, so it's basically users URL. And second one is authentication part. So we have authentication as bearer token. I have copied it here, so I will copy this bearer token and paste it here. Okay, so let's just send the first request. Okay, so here you have get the status, and whatever the response data you have receiving, you can see it here. Okay, so this is the basic API request available. Now what we will do, we will uh, we will use some of the assertion techniques here. Okay, so how you can do that, you have to just select the tab test. Okay, so as of now, I will use some basic authentication. So here, response code. So what is the response code? It's 200. Okay, so equal 200. Okay, I will just control s, save it, and again send it. Okay, so in the results part you can see the test cases pass, and what is the response code? It is equal to 200. Got it? Okay, so let's explicitly fail it. So what I will add it as 400 here. Okay, so just save it and send it. Okay, success is the status of our response, but in the result, if you see, the test case is failed because response code equal 400 we are expecting, but what we have got the 200. Okay, so I will again make this as 200. Okay, so we have created the get request. So let's move to the post request. So I have created again and create user. Okay, so basically post request is used to create the data. Okay, so here we are using the API for users, so we have used the create user post request for that. Okay, so here you can select the post, and I'm again copying this URL and paste it here. Okay, so for authentication, bearer token we can do. Okay, I will copy this from here and enter it here. Okay, so for postman, what is needed? So for postman, you need the body. Okay, so here you can see there is some existing body available. Okay, so I will copy this body. Okay, and I will paste it here. Okay, so here the ID we need to remove because it gets generated when we send our request. Okay, so we have to change some of the data. Okay, we will put test name. Okay, and we will add some random email ID, test email at the rate goodwin dot test. Okay, so we'll just goodwin dot test. Okay, it's mail, and we'll make it as active. Okay, I have just saved it. Okay, so if you see, the request is post URL, this one. Headers, we have whatever headers are required. Authentication, we have added the bearer token, and for body we have entered the body for the creating the request. Okay, so in the request we are sending the name, email ID, gender, and status. Okay, so here you need to note that email should be unique every time you are sending the request. Okay, so what I will do, I will add some assertions here. So for assertion, what we can see, for post request we are getting the response as 201. Okay, so I will make it as 201. I'll just save it and send the request. Okay, so status is 201, and we'll check the result. Response code equal to 201. So test case is passed. Okay, got it. This is the basic simple test case. Now what we will do, we will create one more request. Okay, prior to that, let's move some of the part to the parent level so that it is easy for us for verification. Okay, so what we can do, here just select the user collections, whatever collections is there, click on the settings part. Okay, so basically this is the common settings which you can apply for your collection. Okay, so if you see, the base URL every time we are using is same, right? Okay, so what I will do, I will copy it, or I will copy it till the base URL. Okay, and the base URL I will paste it here. Okay, so this is the base URL. For authentication, what I will do, I will copy the bearer token from here and just save it here. Okay, and I just save it. Okay, so if you see, the the common things related to our collection is stored at parent level, at collection level. Okay, so we don't need to provide anything here. Okay, so I will delete this one. And for all, as we have already provided till, just a minute, okay, v2. So what we will do, we will remove this part and save this. Okay, and same for this one. Okay, so if you see, we have added the base URL and we have added the bearer token. Okay, so what we will do, we'll just s- send this request. If you see, the authentication, sorry, authentication is not there. So let's check for the this one also. Okay, here we have pending for him. Okay, so if you see, we have not provided the base URL, we are just sending the end URL. And we here, the authentication is also set from the parent level only. So let's check this thing. Okay, so get users, we are getting the success response, and response code is also 200. Okay, for let's check for the create user also. Let's add some random number 54. Okay, and just send request. Okay, so we are getting 201 and result is also passed. Okay, let's add one more API call. You can say this is a put request. So update user we can say, because put is basically used for update the request. Okay, so same here, users. Okay, you can copy it here. Okay, and put authentication is already coming from the parent level. So let us take this example, whichever we have did. So we have to copy this. Okay, update, because eh, we are updating the existing user. Okay, so currently we have added this thing. Okay, so for to update the user, you need the ID which needs to be updated. So we have provided this ID. Okay, and suppose if you want to update the gender, I will make it as female. And taste surname. Okay, and we just save it. Okay, so we have provided the ID, we have provided the body. Okay, and authentication and base URL coming from the parent. So let's send this request. Okay, you are getting the success response. Okay, 200. So what is the updated name? So test surname, it is updated. Female, it is updated. ID, whatever we have, which user we need to update, so that user ID is send it here. Okay, and we have not provided the result, so here we can add the response code equal to 200. Okay, currently we have focus on the only response code, but you can use response body, response time, content type, whatever you want to add as assertion, you can add it as. Okay, for video purpose I have added only basic assertion, so you can get to know about this tool only. Okay, so I have added this thing, and we'll just again send this request. Okay, so if you see the result, response code equal to 200. Okay, so this is basically the collection. Okay, so if you want to execute the whole collection, okay, so I will again update something. Okay, suppose you have to update all the thing, you have to execute all the test cases in one go. You can directly select the run all. Okay, and here you have to select the run button. Okay, so what will happen, it will execute the test case. Okay, so if you see the status and test means what is the result. Okay, so result, here you can see what is the result as per the test case. So let's fail the test cases. Okay, so if you see the test case with the user with this email ID is already present. So if we again try to add the test case, add the users with the same data, it will fail. It will not give the response as 200. Okay, 201. So let's again execute this same test cases. Sorry. Okay, if you see, the one test case is failed, which is 422. Okay, it is giving the 422 because the user is already present. Okay, that's why the test case is failing. So this is all about the user collection. You can set the environment here. There are multiple things available. You guys can explore it